Hello friends, my name is Daniel Williamson and I'm the founder and director of New Horizons Christian Academy. I want to thank you so much for your encouragement and for your support in this year's Dream Ride. We've put together just a short documentary, a thank you, if you will, so that you can see firsthand and see for yourselves the great accomplishments that this year's Horsemanship program and Dream Ride produced. Really, it partnered with the Holy Spirit to see the heart of a boy turned into the heart of a man. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy this short video.
I just want to let you all know out there how much we appreciate you guys trusting us with the heart of a boy. The different things that New Horizons Horsemanship, New Horizons, Pastor Daniel, and the staff, really what matters is a boy's heart. And the going on the ride is awesome, and being able to go on different trips and do things with the boys is just a tool to be able to get to their heart. And so you all have been so kind and generous in donating and pledging and by the mile and with this ride, the Dream Ride, and I just kind of wanted you guys to get a feel for what you're sowing into. That yeah, we're able to finance our horsemanship program and finance the ministry and keep things going for another year. But what it's really about is it's really about transformation from the inside out. That the Lord gives us an opportunity to see God's work, God's word, His word manifests through the heart of a boy.
Hi, my name's Carson. This is my horse ranger, and I've been working with him since April.
Tyler Nebu. I turned 15 in March. This year, like March. I was 14 when I came into the program.
My name is Alex Richard. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm currently 16 years old, and this is my life.
What got me into New Horizons was I started selling drugs and just getting in deep with people and just like really deceiving my parents and feeling no remorse for anything that I did, like stealing money from them and not caring about it at all. Like just having the same intention every time I got in trouble to not like fix my ways, but just to keep on going further and further into it because I kept on getting more and more mad at them.
I've never really known my dad, like I never known a father, yet a lot of people are like, at least you had a father. But I gotta just simply reply, no, I didn't have a father or a mother. One was too busy either at work or at home, just passed out because he drank himself to sleep just because his day was just so rough. And a mom just that didn't want to, she wanted to take an easy way. She thought life was too hard.
So my whole teenage years, I just rebelled, had no respect for anybody else because I had no respect for myself. I didn't see any purpose or value, figured I'd probably die by the age of 30. That was my main thing, is live what I can and get what I can until the day I die. Live every day like it was your last.
Integrity has been a big problem in my life. Just always, my parents just were never able to like leave me alone after a while. Like I'd have to go everywhere with my mom because they didn't have the faith that I would not go into their room or just do stupid stuff. So like it came to the point where my parents put a lock on their door so I couldn't go in to their room at all.
Suicide was becoming one of my only options. I didn't really have anybody to help me out along the way, and I didn't really want to go and do it. I just wanted to isolate myself and not have anything to do with the world.
My mom was my best friend. My dad was the dictator, the one that I cried to my mom to not let me go to his house for the weekend because I just did not want to be there. My stepmom, there's no relationship at all. Like, as me and my older brother, we always joked around like how we fit the Cinderella story on how I got a stepbrother and a stepsister that get treated better than me and my brother get treated. We kind of joked around with that, and soon I took it to heart, and I left.
At a very young age, I had always grown up not really understanding my purpose or what I was meant to do. You know, I didn't really know much about Jesus. My mom had a gambling problem, which we went through the process and just lost everything. You know, growing poor was just something that became regular. You know, and through that, I didn't really understand what the purpose of my life was. I didn't really understand that my life had value. I'd never heard that before. I was about 7 or so months into the program, and I thought, if this is how I'm like at 7 months, you know, still being saved, what am I going to be like at 10 months when I get out of the program? What am I going to be like 10 years now, 10 years in the future, you know? What's going to happen then if I don't get everything that I can out of this program? So I decided to join Horsemanship. At first it was just kind of a really trialing and long, you know, enduring experience. But through that, I mean, if I wouldn't have had Horsemanship, I mean, I don't know what I would have done.
The horses are just tools to get closer to that. I heard it quite a bit from some of the boys' testimonies of them talk about that one of the things that they've gotten out of the program up here is work ethic. And that really makes me proud, because I think there's a lot of boys out there that come to us, that come into the program, that, you know, they've never been asked to do a simple chore, never been taught how to do a simple chore. Nobody's, you know, taken the time with them to teach them how to do a job and then come back and check on it and to encourage them and to let them know that there was a job well done, and to that they would have pride in the way that they work. And I think that's a big thing for a lot of the kids that come out here, because a lot of boys, when they show up, they don't have a lot of confidence. They're kind of ashamed from some of the choices that they've made in the past, and they don't carry much self-esteem with them anymore. And so that's one of the things that we want to help them build back, is that value in themselves. And a lot of times that happens through just good old-fashioned, old-school, just good hard work and encouragement. And I think all men were made to work, to cultivate something, to work hard, and that fulfills a spot in them. It fills a spot in their heart. It means a lot to a kid, to a man, when he's able to come out here and to work and to see his hard work, and then to see that he did a good job and that somebody's proud of that work that he did. So I do think that work ethic is a big part of it. I think in today's society with kids and boys, and especially in the teenage years, it seems like at times, from what I see, it seems like the world has gotten away from that. Just that good old work ethic, and I think that's a big thing with these boys out here is, and then the motivation of it, because it's not just work for some random thing. They're working to take care of their horse. They're working to care for their horse, and I think that's a big part of it too, and adds a little bit extra motivation for them, because if they want to ride, they've got to work, and all the boys want to ride. They all want to have a relationship with their horse. And the other thing I see is I've really seen it develop a lot of patience and self-control in some of the boys that get frustrated real easy. There's a lot of different character qualities that I feel that the boys have a hard time learning in the classroom, that out here it's put in a different way to them, that they want to learn it and they want to get it. They want to get humility because their horse is counting on them. They want to be patient, but be persistent because their horse is counting on them. And there's a lot of boys that are in the program because they get frustrated and they give up. And that's one thing I've seen with what the horses have been able to teach some of these boys out here, is that, you know, if you're trying on something and it's not working, it's okay to switch it up. You know, it's okay to try a different angle. It's okay to try a different perspective on it until you do get the answer you want, and staying calm and persistent. I think a lot of the boys that I see, they get frustrated and they want to give up. But when they've got a horse and they know that that horse is theirs for the entire program, whether it be for a few months or whatever, they know their horse is counting on them to get through to them and to not give up on them. I always tell them, you have to lead your horse because your horse is counting on you to lead them. So therefore, you've got to make decisions that are worthy of your horse trusting you. And so that kind of puts them in a different position out here too, because you know, they're really not put too many times in a position of trust. You know, they've come into this program because they haven't been responsible with the choices that they've made, and people haven't trusted them because they've been burned by them, and they've lied and they've stolen different things. And so to put them in a position to where we're saying, you're a leader, you have to make the right decision because you've got this animal that's counting on you to make the right decision. This animal's trusting you to make the right decision, and therefore you've got an opportunity to really lead right, and to be that leader.
Certain reasons that Brady gave me Ranger was because, like, he was high energized, and he has been a struggle to take care of sometimes. He gets frustrating, but you know, like, I haven't given up on him, and like that's exactly how my parents have been. Like, they've never given up on me, and it's just like that kind of respect thing, like never giving up on someone, and even how hard they fall and how much they hurt you, like you should always be there for them and help them and care for them and provide for them. And that's like one thing that I've really learned here, is that my parents really do love me. They're not just out to get me and stuff. They're always just gonna have that unconditional love for me, and they're always gonna be there.
It's like you put two troubled teens together and pretty much have them get along, and having them work together in the same time they're trying to straighten out their lives. Now they're working together to improve not only my life but the horse's life. And really, all in all, like, I feel like every time I come to the ranch, my horse teaches me more than I would ever thought of. Like, I've learned more about myself, my anger, my real personality. Like, it's pretty awesome how my personality is my horse's personality. Like, we're pretty much identical. He's really taught me really how to control my anger, how to be a leader, to push through when I don't feel like something's working. I usually just want to keep on doing the same thing that's not working until it eventually works, but that's not how it goes. Like, so he's taught me how to try something new. If something's not working, go for a different, like, outcome, different way. So
finally came out to the ranch. Things started to slowly start to piece together. I wasn't really understanding, you know. It was, I get to shovel poop all day with my horse, you know, and then ride for 10 minutes, you know. But then I figured, like, the riding's not supposed to be the fun part, you know. It's the experience, spiritually and physically, that you get to develop and understand. And at first, I mean, I was like, what, God, what did I get myself into? You know, like what is this? You know, and it's like, how much deeper can my hole get? And those were my literal words to God. And He said, trust in me, not in yourself.
Well, my relationship with God before, like, my family's a Christian family. I always went to church, but it was a forceful kind of go to church. I went there because I was told to. I went there because my friends went there, and then so I wasn't pushing in, so I didn't really know God, but I understand who God is and stuff. In the program, the first couple of months, I was just like, I'll just do the program. I don't think I'm gonna push into God, but I'll just do the program. It's what they're telling of me. So the 3 months that I wasn't pushing into God, just out of nowhere, God feels like God just threw an anvil at my head and pretty much put His foot down and said, it's time to wake up. I brought you to this program for a reason. I picked you out of 300,000 other kids needing help, and I picked you. So that hit me. I started to press in just because I was like, all right, I'll try this, but I doubt it's gonna work. But I tried it. Soon enough, God was showing me miracles. God was showing me grace. God was showing me horsemanship. God brought me into the horsemanship, and that showed me that, dang, I guess He does love and care for me. I think I'll press in a little bit more. So I started becoming more and more involved with God, and I feel God is here more than ever. Like being at the ranch, I gain teaching even when I don't expect it. Like God, that's how God works, is kind of just popping in random times, even when you think He's not. He's right there.
One thing that I really got out, and what is my favorite verse now, is 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child, and I acted like a child. But when I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. That just really stands out to me because it just totally speaks into my life. Because once you're mature and you're a man of God, and God is like you're full of God, then you put those things behind you, and you talk like a man, you act like a man, and you reason like a man.
The way I thought I was a man, and the way I came into this dream ride, and it showed me a lot of little areas that needed more improvement, a lot of things that I've learned from the speakers that came and talked to us, just how to be a man, like 1 Corinthians 10:13, like just the fact that I look back now and how much I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child, I did things the child way. Like I just look back on that and just see like, wow, like really I'm supposed to be becoming a man, and I look back and see that the ways that I've been taking that I thought wasn't being a man was being a child. I find myself reasoning like a child the most, and I really since the dream ride, I've been catching myself before words come out of my mouth, before I even think a thought about just, this is what needs to be happening. I need to stop reasoning on my own understanding, but listen and gain understanding from my leaders and the way they're teaching me. And this dream ride really has made me grow into more of a leader. Like I needed to find that person, and I thought it would be hard, but like 4 days I found the leader. I found my identity. I found who I want to be and where I need to go, and it's really given me courage and just like the strength to endure through this program. Like it's that simple, I guess.
one thing that I was really challenged with on the DreamRide was just patience. Just you know what I mean? Like, every man should have patience for his family and his kids and the people who he loves and who he cares for. And like with Ranger, it's hard to sometimes control his energy and stuff. And I guess that's not I guess, but that's exactly how my parents were with me. Just, it's hard to control someone that you have no control over sometimes, you know what I mean?
I thought I was just gonna be another personality of my mom, just that drug addict, the low life, the homeless. Just made me want to turn that generational curse around. Just stop it at me. Have me just be the inspiration and just the the really stepping stone to a new generation of the way I'm gonna live my life and the way people are gonna see me and the way my dad's gonna see me. And it's the third month that really hit me, because I think I went on paths with my dad, and it kind of hit me on how much my dad cares and kind of cares for my future and where I'm headed. And kind of was cool because me and my dad actually got to talk, instead of yelling at each other. So that means that my dad's willing to change as well as I am now. Me and my stepmom, I've had a couple days just to hang out with her, and it was one of the best days, because one of my friends came over, and I told my stepmom I can't hang out with this kid or I'm gonna relapse by tonight, so I'm gonna go tell him to leave. She's like, no, Tyler, I'm gonna go tell him to leave. You just go inside, I'll handle it. Just her saying those words show me that, wow, she does care. She doesn't even care for small things. She's willing to take care of some big issues in my life, and I found that as a huge, a block in my life, and it kind of just got pushed out of the way, and I'm just blessed that I can have this relationship with my stepmom now. And with my dad, it's never been this great before ever in my life. With my dad, we talk, I vent to him, and he gives me guidance, and just I can listen and understand these words now because I'm more mature, and what he's saying is actually stuff that works in my life. I've already put it to the test, and I'm still in this program because of him and because of the words he's spoken to me. But I'm just really excited to go back home and be with my dad and my family.
I love riding horses now, and it's that kind of finding stuff that's going to help you when you go home, that you can cope with stuff when you want to go do drugs or you want to do bad stuff. This is one escape that I can go to, and I can really rely on to just to fall back on if I feel tempted. And I have opportunities to be able to go and ride horses and stuff when I'm at home, and I'm gonna take those opportunities. So
I honestly think that being in horsemanship was completely 100% under God's will. I think that the DreamRide has efficiently and successfully changed my life around. It was like a 180 degree. And that horsemanship isn't really a part of New Horizons. It's a part of teens' lives. It's more than just some program where we get to go and ride horses. It's a program where we get to go and become men.
Just really wanted to let you guys know what's going on with the boys, their testimonies, what they've gotten from this ride, from the program, and just really appreciate you guys, because without you guys, this doesn't happen out here. Without your guys' prayers, without your support, it just doesn't happen. We live in a real world where we need things and we've got to go out and buy things. And I will say that we've cut a lot of costs here in our horsemanship program. We've learned to shoe our horses. We've learned to trim our horses, because we don't feel that that's a cost that you guys should be paying for. So a lot of the work, the vet bills and different things that it costs to keep our horses, we've learned to do a lot of that ourselves, and we teach the boys how to do that stuff so that they can learn a trade and be handy. Maybe they'd want to go and apprentice under a farrier or something like that. We teach them that here as well. So these are costs that we really don't charge you for or ask for you for. Our biggest thing is just the hay for the horses, and then we pretty much cover everything else. And so, but we just really appreciate that you guys sow into this program, and that it really does come down to a boy's heart. The horses are great, the ranch is great, the arena, the corrals, the everything that we have is awesome. But if it's not about a boy who doesn't know his identity or doesn't know his purpose in life, or he doesn't believe that he's got value in him, then it's all worthless. You know, that's what it's about. And so we just really appreciate you guys partnering with us, and we really look forward to the future and the future things that we're going to be able to do through this. And of course, one day our dream for this ministry is that we'd be able to have acres and acres of land to where we could have more horses, and we could put more of the boys through this program. And so that's our dream, is that someday that we'd have a classroom and bunkhouses and acres and acres with corrals and horses, and we'd be able to have all this whole deal on one piece of land. And so we really appreciate you praying with us in that direction, and then we just really want you to know how much we appreciate you, and that it doesn't happen without you.
So as you can see, our theme for the Horsemanship program and the Dream Ride of 1 Corinthians 13:11, of when I was a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child, and I spoke like a child. But becoming a man, I put those childish ways behind me. You can see very clearly that there were some childish ways that were put behind, that some boys became some men, and that's desperately what our society needs. In 2012, as we approach that, we've got some great dreams and some aggressive goals and strategies that are in place to expand our horsemanship program. We would love to see every single one of our students, as well as even the possibility of opening our horsemanship program up to young men in our community that aren't necessarily a part of our program, but who need to know what becoming a man looks like, and that may be something that we'll be opening up here before too long as well too. But in order to do that, we need great friends and we need great partners just like you to believe with us that we can do this, that this is something that society needs, and that this can be accomplished with your support. Former First Lady Barbara Bush said something very amazing. She said the greatest threat to America today is not the economic crisis, it's not the borders, and it's not terrorism. The greatest threat that's in America today is the condition of the American boy. And we're doing everything we can to reverse that condition. With great friends and partners like you, I believe that we're going to see that reverse. So thank you for your prayerful support. Thank you for your continued support in this as well too. And we'll look forward to a great partnership as together we're making a difference in the heart of boys and giving them opportunities to become men. Thank you, and God bless you.